left my master's degree unfinished. I came back to my home country from the most aesthetic country like Italy, Rome. When I graduated my bachelor's degree, I decided to study in Italy for fashion studies. I lived 2 semesters in Rome and made a decision to come back home. It was not an easy choice for me, despite I spent so much time and effort to study there. But my heart was whispering to follow different paths in this life. I became more practicing Muslim, and then I stopped traveling alone, because I wanted to adhere the rules of Islam and follow the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. I adore my religion and time in this dunya, so my decisions were made only by relying on the commands of Allah Ta'ala. Are you familiar with the feeling when you're looking at the world from Akhirah perspective? Like you see everything is temporary in this life. Therefore, choosing Allah is better and easy now. In the past, I used to struggle to take right way. I was so drawn into materialistic world that my ego was refusing the truth. I know, difficult situations are there to test our faith and ego. However, human beings are so weak that sometimes you feel like giving up and crying out loud. Truthfully, it is a normal thing to be lost and not knowing what to do. And personally, I've gone through these kind of situations myself, from being very lost and materialistic to religious and found. It was my test to overcome, and I did it only by the mercy of Allah. After all, I accepted the truth and chose to follow deen over dunya.
Манесе бир китепке батпаган пайгамбарыбыздын ушул сөздөрүндө да
Dunya, which is worldly life, is not evil, but it becomes dangerous when it distracts a person from their ultimate purpose, which is serving Allah and preparing for Akhirah, hereafter. It described as temporary, like passing shadow. The life of this world is nothing but play and amusement, but the hereafter is far better for those who are mindful of Allah. Deen is comprehensive. It covers both spiritual and practical aspects of life. It's not just religion in Western sense, which is worship only. It is a complete system for living in harmony with Allah's guidance. I think it's enough or not. Oh my god. I'm doing some. That's how next to the egg. Salty. Let's cover it and leave it for. Every day, I live with the challenge of balancing these two things. I try to do house chores according to my deen. I clean, pray, read, and work to achieve the highest state of Iman and closeness to my Lord. Of course, it is difficult to balance everything all the time. For example, in the workplace, I constantly ask myself questions like, is what I'm doing against Allah's rules? And what is good for me as a woman and what harms my soul? Usually, I find the answers quickly by listening to my heart, reading the commands of Allah, or seeking advice from someone more knowledgeable. If you find yourself caught between two things, I advise you to do these before making a decision. When I became a more practicing Muslim, I had to accept my fate and mission in this world. It was definitely not the easiest process, but the outcome makes it worthwhile. After all, you develop a deep connection with Allah and come to understand why certain unpleasant situations happen to you, which teaches you to be grounded, patient, and grateful.